Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining us for today's live stream. My name is Stephen Johns, and I am one of the Student Recruitment and Transition Officers for the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering at the University of Toronto. And today I am joined by two very special guests who are going to say a quick hello to you.
Hi, I'm Corey Hansen. I work in the first year office. I'm the Assistant Director of First Year Student Success and Transition. So I work with students to help them be successful and transition into university during their first year.
Hi everyone, my name is Ariba and I'm a fourth year industrial engineering student.
Okay, so before we get into the presentation, just a couple of housekeeping notes. If you have any questions, you will notice that there's a chat feature next to the live stream. Please type them in there. My colleague Amanda, who you can't see, she's off camera, will send them to us and we'll do our best to either answer them during the presentation or afterwards via email. Amanda's also going to be posting links and contact information for some of the points that get brought up during the course of the presentation. And most importantly, congratulations. This year we had about 12,000 applicants to engineering at U of T, and those of you who are tuning in today are amongst the very, very, very best of the applicants we got, so congratulations. It's a huge achievement to be given an offer of admission. The topic of today's live stream is now how to take that offer of admission, accept it, and then begin the transition to your career at the University of Toronto. Now, before we get into the nuts and bolts of the presentation, I'm going to turn it over to Ariba. Ariba is actually at the very, very, very end of her academic journey at U of T. You have your last exam on Friday, is that right? Next Friday?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday. So
almost done.
Before she graduates, she's going to tell you what went through her thought process when she decided to come to U of T Engineering.
So I was looking at all the programs and I did a little bit of research before visiting campus, and I noticed that the program that I was applying for, so industrial engineering, was ranked pretty high in Canada. So the ranking, the reputation of the university. I also visited the campus and I really liked the location where we are located. It's downtown Toronto. There's so much going on in the city. And then the culture and the community at university when I visited. So it's really diverse. You meet people from everywhere around the world. And yeah, the opportunities you get here were amazing. The research done by the professors. And that's why I chose to come to U of T Engineering.
All right. So in order to follow in Ariba's footsteps, we're going to turn things over to Corey. She's going to talk a bit about what's actually in the offer letter that you have right now in your engineering applicant portal. So what sort of information can students find in that?
Yeah, hopefully you've all seen your letter. It's the PDF document that is your official letter of admission. So that's all you're going to get from U of T Engineering in terms of your offer. There's no letter on the way in the mail for you. It is that PDF online. So again, that's in the engineering applicant portal. And in that, there'll be any conditions. We usually offer conditional offers here at U of T, so it's not uncommon to see conditions within your offer. And so we do need to get a copy of your final transcript or official results from your high school in order to confirm that you've met those conditions. So keep up all the hard work. You're almost done, but maybe just a last push there over in your final courses in high school. There's also really important in that letter is the deadline to accept. So if you do want to accept your offer, there is a deadline you need to meet in order to do that. So make sure that you check that date and follow up with the recruitment office or the admissions office if you have any questions about that. And finally, there's a link to our welcome guide in your letter. So we encourage you to check that out. It is our website for admitted students, and it will have all the information that you need.
And of course, after we're done here today, if you have any questions about the content of the presentation, please direct it to us. We are happy to help answer your questions. We know that this is a really big decision you're in the process of making, and anything we can do to help you make that decision would be our pleasure. So once a student decides that they want to accept their offer, what is the next step? What's the active next step?
So you want to accept your offer by the deadline. Can't stress that enough. Those deadlines are firm. We need to know who wants to join us here in September as soon as we can. So those deadlines are really, really important. If you've applied through the OUAC, so Ontario University Application Centre website, then you accept your offers through there. And again, confirmation deadlines and information is in your letter. So you just log on to the website. You'll have your reference number and your PIN number. Hopefully you have that already because you submitted your application there. So you just follow in through there, go into choices, offers on the options menu at the top, and then just go accept, submit, and confirm. So there are 3 steps there, kind of important. You can't just say accept and go on your merry way. You do need to also submit and confirm, so that's really important to do. If you applied through our U of T internal applicant site, you go to join.utoronto.ca and then select accept my offer, and again you have to submit. So make sure you make sure we get that information from you and that we know you've accepted. And there's also a possible form that you might be using as well, and in that case, you want to bring that to the admissions office at U of T.
So that's accepting the offer. What about residence? So some students have applied to residence, some students have not. What do we do here?
So if you indicated on your OUAC application or in your application to U of T by March 31st that you are interested in residence, you are covered under the residence guarantee. So you should get information and continue on to MyRes in order to make sure that all your preferences, you get to rank where you want to live, are all captured by MyRes, because now that's over to housing. But again, if you've done the initial indication that you want residence by March 31st, you're under the residence guarantee. So we will find you a place at one of our fantastic residences here at U of T. If you have not yet applied for residence, that's okay, but you do need to start that process as soon as possible. Again, you want to go through housing services to talk about your options and opportunities for residence at this point, and they can give you access to MyRes, and so you can again rank your preferences. Again, if you met that March 31st deadline, you should hear back by mid-June. So we will get back to you as soon as we can once we know who's planning on joining us in September. The housing services will get back to you. If you have not, if you don't fall under the residence guarantee, it's going to take us a little bit longer to get back to you. But again, keep in touch with housing services, get in touch with them right away. If you still want residence to be an option, there may not be a guarantee, but they will do their best to find you a home here at U of T.
Fantastic. Another really important action item, especially, for international students, I should say, is the study permit. So this applies to anyone who is neither a Canadian citizen nor a permanent resident who needs to get a study permit in order to come to the University of Toronto. Corey's going to chat a little bit about that. The one thing I will say is that we can't answer a ton of specific questions about study permits, but we have someone working in the Center for International Experience whose full-time job is basically to help students with study permit questions. So if we can't answer them, he will be able to do that for you. But how does a student begin that process, I guess?
Yeah, so again, like Steve said, we're not immigration officers. We don't have all the answers on this front, but the Citizenship and Immigration Canada website is fantastic. There's tons of good information there. It's a really good place to start in terms of next steps, forms, links, all the things that you need to do. So I think we'll put that link up for the live stream, so then you guys can access that there. But I also want to stress that if you are an international student and you're looking for support in terms of your student visas, get in touch with the Center for International Experience. They have immigration officers there who can help you, who can answer questions. They are really the experts in this area, and they also have a lot of great other services, resources, community building experiences that you can participate in as an international student. So highly recommend you check out the CIE, even if your visa is all sorted.
Okay, perfect. So now we've got accept the offer, residence, study permit for some people. How do students submit their final transcripts or exam results or documents?
So if you go to the admitted student website, there is a next steps section, and that will give you all the information. If you're from Ontario or BC, here in Canada, your transcripts will be forwarded automatically to us, so it's kind of nice and easy for you. Any advanced placement or international baccalaureate, so IB results, should be sent electronically from your IB or AP people to the University of Toronto. We are registered to receive electronic documents, so check out exchange.parchment.com for more information on that. But again, the admissions office can really help you with all of this. They have fantastic people. They can let you know exactly how to send things to them. If it's not quite clear from the next step section on our website, just get in touch with admissions and they can help you out.
Okay, great. So the next steps section of the admitted student website is a great resource. What are some other resources that students can use to help with the transition and to help answer more questions about the next steps in the admission process?
Yeah, so the first year office, I'll plug my wonderful team that I get the pleasure of working with. We'll start sending out emails to admitted students starting. Well, the recruitment office will keep sending emails and things, I think, throughout the summer. And then we start sending our first year news feed later in the summer, usually June or July, which has information. It's a weekly newsletter we send out to students with everything you really need to know as a first year engineering student. We start that in the summer, but it goes all the way through till May as you transition into your second year. So that's one. So definitely keep your eye out for the news feed as you get more and more information from us. In June, we'll be posting the guide to first year. And I want to correct that. It will be posted online in May. Canadian students will receive a mailed copy in June, however. But in May, it'll be posted online. This guide is actually all the information that you need to know. It's a really great publication. Highly recommend you read it. Your parents read it. Everyone just enjoys reading it. It'll have all the information about next steps moving forward, important things like paying fees, also information about courses, and our summer programs as well. So great information there. Definitely suggest giving that a read once you get it or once it's posted, and we'll send out emails once that's available as well. There is a blog written by an Every Year student to let students know more about the student side of things coming into U of T, so keep posted for that. And there'll be events and opportunities to come to campus as well throughout the summer to give you more information, and those dates will be posted on our website for the first year office as well as in the guide to first year shortly.
One thing that we are really, really proud about in our program is the fact that 97% of our students successfully carry on from first year into second year of the program. A big reason for that, we admit great students, but another really big reason is the first year office and the support they provide, not just during your transition from high school to university, but continually during your first year, and also the other supports that we offer in and around the program. And if you ever have any questions or you need resources, please let us know. Corey's team is fantastic. Do you have any last pieces of information for our viewers?
Just that we're really excited to meet you all in September. We start preparing for September back in February, so we're already really excited for next year. And just that the first year office team is really here to help you and support you. We have lots of great resources and people who really care about students and the student experience. So come say hi when you're on campus, whether it's this summer, whether it's in the fall. We just look forward to meeting you all.
Perfect. So Corey, thank you very much for joining us. Ariba, we're going to turn the mic back over to you. We have a couple final questions. One thing that I asked you to think a little bit about was thinking back to the summer before you started at U of T. What are a few of the things that you think students should remember to do before, during the transition period that's coming up?
Mm-hmm. So first of all, relax. You all earned it. Congratulations on your offer. And as Corey mentioned, there are going to be a lot of events, not a lot, but there are going to be a few events happening in the summer. So if you're around near Toronto, definitely attend those events. Come visit us, get to know your fellow classmates, your upper years. There's going to be information sent, and I believe there's a Frosh handbook sent by the Engineering Society. Read that. Get to know everyone. There's Success 101 sessions held by professors to help you. And those are the few things that I did before starting university.
I've been talking to a lot of students lately who've been asking if they need to do any prep work for the courses that begin in September. I loved your answer to that. Just relax. Congratulations. You have done tremendous work to get to this point. There will be plenty of opportunity for you to do schoolwork beginning in September. So you're at the end of the first step of your academic journey at least. Mm-hmm. So looking back, what is the one piece of advice that you would give to students who are at the beginning of the journey you started It was 5 years ago next you did PY.
Yeah.
So what's the one magic piece of advice?
I would say don't be afraid of asking questions. In first year, I did not visit the first year office much, and I regretted it. If you have questions, probably everyone has questions, and this applies to your class, your lectures, tutorials, as well as questions about courses or your undergrad. If you need any career advice, reach out to Corey's office, reach out to your upper years, reach out to your club office. There's so many wonderful people here to help you. Ask for help. And don't forget to have fun. Join clubs and teams. You're going to be spending 45 years, depending on whether you do PUI or not. You'll make great memories. You'll meet amazing people. Join clubs and teams. Do something outside of just your classes and your tutorials to make this experience memorable. Congratulations again.
Yeah.
Corey, I'm going to ask you the same question. Your one magic piece of advice.
Find something to do other than engineering in your first year, whether it is a club or a team. We do find that students are more successful when they have something outside of class that they can also spend their time doing, whether it's, going to the gym, reading a book, playing an instrument, painting, art, any dance. There's some great clubs that could also do all of those things. But just whatever it is that you love in high school, don't lose that. Wherever you end up going for university, continue that. There will be time. And if you feel like there isn't time, come talk to your academic advisor, because we can connect you with other people, other resources, or talk to you ourselves about ways to help manage your time. But there is so much to do here. So make sure that you get the most out of your 4 years or 5 years of university right from the beginning. So kind of just echoing what Ariba said, it's really good advice.
And I suppose it wouldn't be fair for me to ask the two of you that question without answering it myself, but I think I'm just going to latch on to what you said.
Yeah.
And jump in with both feet and jump in early. One thing that I didn't do when I was at university was I didn't really start getting involved until partway through my first year, really my second year. But there's so many opportunities at U of T, and especially at U of T Engineering, to get involved, meet people from all over the world, and like Ariba said, to have a great time. During the summertime, you're going to learn a lot more about what those opportunities are, and I just encourage you to get started in September, finding out ways to supplement what you're doing inside the classroom, because we're going to give you a great degree, but we want you to have a great time here as well. That's really it from us. Thank you, Ariba. Thank you, Corey, for joining us today and helping with the live stream. Like I said, Amanda's been posting some links and some contact information in the chat during the course of the presentation. If you have any questions and you want to ask them later, you want to ask them a few weeks from now, whatever the case may be, please get in touch with us, because this is literally what our job is. Our job is to help you decide to come to U of T and then to support you in the transition from being a high school student to being an engineering student. You've placed a tremendous amount of faith in our institution by applying, and it is our pleasure and our privilege to help you at the beginning of your academic journey. So just a reminder, accept your offers of admission, apply for residence if required, apply for study permit if required. Make sure you finish your academic year strong, and then get us your final documents as soon as they become available. And if you have any questions along the way, please send them to us. That's it from our end. We look forward to meeting all of you in September. We look forward to answering your questions between now and then. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Take care, and thanks again for tuning in. Bye.